let me show you guys how much of an idiot I am. His name, well, it's spelled Jerome, which is pronounced Jeremy, not Jerome like I've been calling him all damn day, and in phone calls and on live streams and everything else. Well, luckily, Jeremy's a pretty cool dude, and he said, hey, you're kind of fucking up my name, bud. He didn't really say it like that, but I was like, got it, and we got it fixed. So let's see if we can go ahead and get Jeremy on. You guys may know Jeremy, may not know him, but I'm sure that you know his truck. It is the Strickly Business truck. Bam. What's going on, Jeremy?
Not much. Can y'all hear me all right?
Yeah, we can hear you good.
Good deal.
Yeah, he should have said it. So we were just discussing, I was just talking about how I completely fucked up your name today. And how that almost ruined a relationship and a friendship.
Oh, no. I get that all the time.
But look, my man said, dude, I didn't know that. I've been pronouncing it the black guy way this whole time. Well, yeah. Me too. So we've all fucked that up. But welcome to the show. Everybody, if you want to go ahead, give yourself an introduction. Let the people know who you are, where you're from, what you do.
All right, my name's Jerome Courtney, spelled Jerome. I currently work for Phillips 66. I'm an old pipeliner, so
he lays pipe, ladies.
On my spare time. That's right. I lay it very well too.
Damn right. You're the supervisor, right? That's what I heard.
That's right. That's right. I teach people how to do it now. So
I thought those who can't do teach. So what are you? Are the teacher or the supervisor?
Well, I don't know.
Well, I interrupted you enough. Back to what you were saying.
I'm in a blank. Yeah, so I do own the Strickly Business truck. We made a lot of progress with it this year, and plan on making a lot more. But that's pretty much a rundown on me.
Pretty much. Well, I did some. Actually, I'm not going to lie. I didn't do investigative work. Shout out to my friend Sonia, who did some investigative work or told me some things she knows about you. So that was pretty dope. Helped me get ready today for this stream. Now, I think that, unfortunately, I can't pull it up at the moment, but everybody has at least seen a picture of the truck because there's one in particular, the massive wheelie going down the track, and I think that's probably what set off a lot of popularity.
Yeah, the wheelie was pretty awesome. It's a crowd pleaser. It's not.
Oh, it don't do shit for your time.
A truck owner,
but
yeah, it don't do nothing for the time, and it don't do nothing for the truck. There's a lot of work involved after that, but it sure looks cool for the crowd.
Hey, you know what? You get that one picture, you repair a bunch of suspension. What you know what I mean? What matters?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, we messed up a little bit of suspension on that one. Not bad. Messed up some mounting hardware and messed up both my front fenders on that deal. So could have been a lot worse.
Could have been. Shit happens. But
yep, that's right.
Speaking of the truck, I'm happy we're going to get to have this conversation because you obviously run time because you broke a record and talked about it. So I think we get to talk a little bit more about some of the finer details of the truck. What is what year is it? Setup? What motor?
It's a 99 model Silverado. It's got a 376 cubic inch LSX motor, and I know everybody will say, "Oh, bull crap on that." Everybody always argues with me. I'm sure my engine builder's listening, and it is a 376 cubic inch. However, we can prove that to anybody. We'll be willing to do that, but everyone always thinks it's a big stroker motor, but it's not.
Big deal.
Stock stroke, nothing special as far as the cubic inch on it. It's just, we run a couple of twin 76 precision turbos on it. The motor's very well built. We've got a lot of time in figuring it out. We've had a lot of failures in the past. We've got a good combo together now, and it's really working. We've got a solid bottom end. Motors should be rated for 2,500 is what the block's rated for. I don't know. I think the block's going to be my weak link. So,
you think that's going to be in at the end of the day?
Yeah. And I don't know, LSX blocks, some people, I cracked one at 15 pounds of boost. So, it's not always the horsepower. You know
Right.
what I mean? It's just the tuning and everything else. And that was my error. That was my fault. But as long as all the tuning's right, I think the block will handle a lot more than 2,500. Um, we'll find out.
We're going to find out. And hopefully with the wheels down.
Correct.
So
we have put 40 pounds of boost in that motor, and it seems to like it. We'll probably put some more in it this year. I don't know how much more we're going to go, but I think it'll handle some more.
40 pounds.
We are running a
40 pounds is fucking insane. I'm just going to say that right now. Like, it's not a diesel motor. I mean, 40 pounds is... We're
Right.
putting a lot of fucking air in this thing, man.
Yeah. It's definitely a lot. I don't know how much the turbos will put out. They're some people say as long as you're putting on the gate as much as you're getting out of it, then they're pretty efficient. Right. So the passes that we have put 40 pounds on, we've only commanded around 38. So it's still making more than what we're commanding. Right. I'm pretty confident everything's set up right. You know, some people will argue with you, well, it's because you're not set up right. You don't have your piping right, your blow-offs right, this and that. But, look, I mean, we don't have no boost creep, and it'll stay, no matter what we put it at, it'll stay there.
And I don't give a shit. I
feel like it's all right.
I don't give a shit what anybody says, because until they're running 40 pounds of boost through something, doing what you're doing, and breaking the fucking records, they got no business. I'm not going to tell you what the fuck you're doing wrong. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So, speaking of the record, for those of you guys that don't know, I have this actual on an email. Shout out Sonia for hooking it up. So, but of course the email is on my computer screen, so I'm trying to read it. Laid down an 828 pass at 163.42 miles an hour to take the win and break the full leaf spring truck world record. That was up against the Mutt. So if the Mutt is watching, you got your beat by that right there.
Yeah, me and the Mutt, we've raced a few times. He usually beats me, so I was happy to get that win over him. I'm sure that we'll have plenty more races to come. I know that he'll be back around Oklahoma. He spends a lot of time in Oklahoma. He likes what we do there. He likes the street racing. He likes all the organizations that we have around there. So
I'll tell you what.
I know that he'll be back, and I know he's going to be coming.
I heard that. I heard talking to Sonia today that he comes down, and she said like last time he came down for like a month and did a bunch of different things. And I don't know what it is in the water in Oklahoma, but y'all motherfuckers are showing crazy love right now. It's incredible. So Oklahoma has like become one of my favorite spots now. I need to get down there and take a visit.
Definitely a good place to visit. Definitely a good place to catch some racing. About any time you want to catch a race, we always got something going on.
Yeah, and that's dope. Now, more about the truck, because I'm obsessed with this thing. Recently, I had this obsession where I was like, I want a short, a regular cab, short bed. You know what I mean? How, like, obviously, if you broke the leaf spring record, you're still on a factory frame. Like, what parts of that truck are not factory?
The complete frame, it's 100% frame rail all the way back. We've cut some cross members out and tubed some cross members with some chrome ollie tubing. But other than that, it's got the original factory leaf springs. I mean, a lot of people put aftermarket leaf springs and stuff in them. These have still got the 99 model leaf springs that came in the truck. We are running a Caltrax in the rear and a Ford 9-inch.
Gotcha.
A turbo 400 transmission. So, other than that, the truck's all 100% factory. Besides, we've lightened it up some. It don't have heat and air no more.
Right.
We had both of them until last year and decided let's go ahead and delete that. We're wanting to go faster, so we did delete the heat and air. Still got power windows and locks.
Yeah.
Still full interior.
If I remember, I think I seen a video or something. You were driving around on the street. Was I correct in that?
Oh yeah, I drive it. I work a lot on the road, but when I'm home every weekend. So every weekend when I'm home, I'm in the truck driving around. I go eat breakfast in it. I go to dinner and lunch. I would drive it more, but I'm too worried about somebody trying to steal it when I'm.
Yeah.
I can't go to Walmart in it or something like that because I don't want to steal it. But anywhere that I can go and keep an eye on it, I
Well,
drive
and the
it.
flip side too is
And
it's hard because it's not you on the road. There's a ton of other idiots that will just fucking smash into you because they're not paying attention, and it's usually like something stupid like a $600 car, like that they didn't give a shit about anyway, and it ruins your fucking masterpiece.
right, and they have no insurance half the time anyway, so it's real hard. I drive it every chance I get, but all them fears are always in your head. Every time you drive it, you got to drive a little more cautious than you would in a regular vehicle because if you crashed it, you wouldn't get nothing for
Yeah,
it.
and that's the shitty part is I think I saw somebody one day talking about they do have like race car insurance, and I was like, no fucking way. And I wonder how that works. It's probably expensive
Yes.
as fuck.
Yes, they do have race car insurance. It goes off your ETA and kind of a detailed description off of your truck and what you think your truck's worth,
So
and then
you've looked into this.
your ETA. Yeah, yeah. Bill Lutz sells insurance, so he's a good one to talk
Shout
to.
out, Bill.
And yeah, he does a good job with it, and it kind of, like I say, it goes off your ETA, and you kind of submit what you think your truck's worth, and they approve it or
Right.
they don't. And yeah, it's certain percentage depending on if you want like fire, or if you want it just to cover you at the track,
Yeah.
or they've got all different stuff, and it's just a percentage of what your truck's worth. You pay your premium every
Right.
year.
So I mean, it's a cool idea. Fortunately for me, none of my vehicles have ever been worth more than $6,000 or $7,000, so I don't have a lot to lose. Let a mofo smash me, we're good to go. I'm all right with it.
Right.
So keep
Right.
that in mind next time you guys see the junk body on the street, which probably ain't gonna fucking happen. But smash me, don't smash him. His shit's a lot nicer. Somebody said ask him the story about the Indians that almost had it.
Everybody always is real cautious around my truck and stuff, and my little motto is, it's a go truck, not a show
Right.
truck. If you get up close to it, it's got plenty of imperfections.
Oh yeah.
And but it's still got the original paint. I try to keep it as original as possible, and do what I want to do with it. So it's so far it's coming around pretty
Well,
nice.
if you ever need to feel better about your shit, go ahead and take a look. Like, get on DNR's something, YouTube, fucking Facebook, and take a look at my piece of shit. And it is really, that's why we call it the junk body. It is a heaping pile of junk, and it looks like it. And every once in a while, it goes a little fast. But the same side to that, like the flip side is that's why I love it. Like, I go through cars like I go through underwear. I mean, shit, I'm 29. I just turned 29 the other day. I couldn't count how many fucking cars I've had over the years. And like, I buy and sell too, and then toys. But like this one, I just can't get rid of. I don't know, something about that pile of crap.
We all have that one.
Oh, can you talk about the no trailer races? So I've seen the truck in a couple different videos online and everything. My man wants to know about the no trailer races.
The no trailer races, they're a local thing that we started, kind of a Sunday service type deal, and we all just kind of meet at a local spot, and no trailers allowed, and we just go on a cruise, and there's probably 4 or 5 spots picked
Right.
out, and everybody just gets paired up, and we race, and they're supposed to be all street cars, so you'll see us. We drive down the interstates, and Oklahoma's probably a little more relaxed on their laws as far as the street, what's considered a street car and what's not. But all the cars have to make the cruise, and sometimes, I always drive from my house, and I probably live, 45 minutes from where we actually race
Right.
at. So I have a pretty good drive, and I know a lot of the guys, they trailer their cars and stuff somewhat close and just drive them over to the
Right.
spot,
Well,
but I drive mine from the house, and then I race and I drive home.
It's always about the hustle. And like Billy said this in their podcast the other night, talking about the hustle. Like, everybody's always doing something. You know what I mean? If you're racing on the
Hmm.
street and you're like 110% playing fair by the rules, you're probably the only one there doing it. Like, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's part of the hustle. Like
exactly.
everybody's doing a little something. You know, I had a guy once tell me
Hmm.
like, bro, if I race somebody and I told him I was racing on motor and they're fucking yapping me, I'm spraying the shit out of their ass. I'm like, well, yeah, I mean,
Right.
fucking, I would too. So,
Hmm.
man, what is this? You used to be into rock crawling.
Yeah, so I used to have a couple of rock bouncers. I started rock crawling, kind of slow stuff, 4-cylinder Toyota stuff, and then it just wasn't enough. I kind of raced a long time ago, drag race, and then I went to rock crawling, and it was a little bit slow, so I started building rock bouncers and
I feel like the only time, and
built a couple of
they're,
them,
they're gonna
and
hate me
they're
for
pretty
this,
fun.
fucking, because so for those of you guys that don't know, I used to have a shop. I just recently stopped doing repair work, but we were big in the Jeep community, so they're gonna roast me for saying this. But I feel like when you're rock crawling, like the only time you get an adrenaline rush is when you're gonna fall, like where something's about to go wrong. You know what I mean? I feel like drag racing is a
Yeah,
fucking. I get my adrenaline rush from point A to point B. That's it. That's the whole thing. There it is. Bam.
yeah. So have you ever pulled up any YouTube videos of rock
I have,
bouncers?
yeah, and they go like this,
Of the actual
yeah,
bouncers?
like
Yeah.
fucking up the
It's
side.
it's kind of the same rush. It's a lot of the same rush as drag racing because you just start at the bottom and you hold it on the floor and you just see where it'll go, and you just never
Well,
know,
and there's
you know.
also,
So
and you're right there, because there's a flip side to that too. Like there's a difference between like trail riding and slow rock crawling versus the bouncers that are just going ape shit trying to get up literally the side of a fucking mountain.
yeah, correct. And I started the rock crawling stuff, and then I ended up going the rock bouncing and built some rock bouncers. I've got two bouncers out in Tennessee that I built.
Gotcha. They
So
want to know,
pretty
the
cool.
folks watching at home want to know about if you had. Let me see exactly what the question said. If you could call anybody out, who would it be?
Man, I don't know. There's a couple of them. I know Frank Newfield. I know he's been hot on my tail to race me. I think me and him got a grudge race coming up. We're gonna save it for the May 18th race that we got scheduled in Denton.
Right.
But I think me and Frank's gonna battle that out. Scott Sanders, he drives a Silverado truck. That's a GMC. It's a nice truck. We'll probably grudge race him this summer
Right.
too. We was going to race him last year, and he had a little bit of trouble, and we didn't get to. But hopefully this next year we'll get to run
Get it
him.
right. And now I saw some stuff about some of the different events that are going on. I think there was a C10 deal that was coming together. I remember seeing that.
Correct.
And then what's the deal with the C10 deal?
So the C10 deal is originally John Hodges has started that one, just all C10. I went down there and actually tested with them. Um, didn't get the race because, of course, I'm not a C10, but I did test with them, and they ended up changing it this year, and I got involved in it and tried to help put together a truck class. So we've actually opened it up to a all frame. See, as long as it's factory frame, any tire, any engine combo, anything goes. Just got to be a factory frame truck, and
So that's all the way
any
down to
year
like
don't matter.
S10, like the Love, like big, small, or
Well, it's got to be it's
full
full
size.
size
Okay.
only. Yeah, yeah. So any full size with a frame. I don't know the exact rules on it. I don't have them in front
Right.
of me right
But
now,
a
but
rough idea
it's full size and factory frame is mainly
is the
is
deal
about
there.
all the
Well, and I
rules.
think
Yeah,
you're in a fun position there. I like watching it because I love seeing these big ass fucking trucks, get down and flying. I mean, trucks are hot right now anyway. I think they're making a
right.
big, somebody said in one of the other episodes that the S10 is the new Fox body. And I'm like, yeah, kind of, I see it going that direction. They're popping up left and right. But the full size, I don't think have really been fully extorted yet, if you will. So to see
Right.
it happening, like, that's the thing people don't get. This shit gets me excited. Like, I'm still a little kid about racing. Like, fucking big, heavy ass trucks. What can you tell us what the weight of your truck is?
My truck weighs right at 4,000.
4,000 fucking pounds. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I know people argue about it, but
Well, it's racing, so
That's
people
what
are
I
going to
like.
argue about anything. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, but that's the name of the game.
Right.
What about? I saw some stuff, and I don't know if it was in Oklahoma or whatever, but I where exactly was that? And apparently, there's a Facebook page dedicated to it, or a private group or something about like all of the fast trucks from it seems like the country like coming together to do a truck shootout. Do you know anything about that?
It's the East Coast Truck Wars,
No, I thought it
probably.
was something. And see, I could be completely wrong, or I could be blowing up the spot, and that's why you're like, fucking stop fucking talking about it, asshole. But I thought it was like a lot of the really fast guys with trucks that wanted to get down, just because there's a lot of bickering with trucks, who's got the fastest and so on and so forth.
Is it a street truck race? I mean,
I
is it
think
like
it's a street
on the
thing.
street or is it at the
I
track?
think it might be a street thing,
Hmm.
or like one of the like a no
I,
prep or a back half of the track kind of deal, or something like that.
right. I think there is one in Kansas, but I'm not sure. I think it's the same time as our May 18th race.
Well,
So
I'm not sure.
if I was looking,
They're
if I was looking right, it was the same dates.
well.
If it's the same one we're talking
I don't
about.
know, because what the people in the comments are telling me, or not talking about. Well, I'm not giving away the fucking details. I'm just saying I heard there was a race. You know what I mean? Is that going on? Fuck. You don't got to tell me when. Speaking of Oklahoma, we're gonna do fucking current issues. Like, this is the news. Breaking headlines. What's in the water in Oklahoma? Why the fuck is Chuck swinging at people?
Well, I know my phone has been blowing up about that, and uh, I don't really know how much I can talk about, but he just got mad and
Well, the
just
thing is, it's kind of
yeah,
hard because it's like a train wreck. Because like I even posted like some memes and shit, and I'm like, I shouldn't
yeah,
do this. But then on the flip side, I was like, man, it's fucking current events. Like I'm just
right,
keeping up with the
right,
times. They're
right.
they're saying it's TV money. Yeah, this man lost his mind. For those of you guys that didn't see the video, there's a video floating around Facebook. I know we made some memes. That's pretty crazy. Um, Speaking of the street outlaw stuff, have you been on it? Have you tried to get on it, or thought about trying to race somebody, or because a lot of people, they just think you're from Oklahoma, street outlaws. Like, that's just how it. You know what I mean? That's
Right,
the first thought process.
right. I've called out farm truck a few times. Never got any response or anything out of
Right.
it. I've hung out with them all. We're from the same town, so but I've never been involved in any of it.
So you
So
want to
I mean, I've
race
called
farm?
them
You
out,
want to
but
race farm truck?
you're damn
Say,
right I
I want
do.
to race farm truck.
I want to race farm
Good. Now,
truck.
see, this is the power of the internet. What happens is the people in the comments go, "Ding, ding, ding! Look, farm truck! This fucking guy over here, fucking
Yeah,
ain't shit. He's over here
yeah,
calling you out." And somehow, in the
that's right.
world, allegedly, that magically may or may not happen. So, I would like to see it.
Man, I've tried everything, so it hasn't happened yet, but maybe it will.
Maybe it will. And you know what? I think with what's going on with their program right now, and what they're doing as far as the shows and whatnot, that's a whole different story. Because I've heard, and this is
Right,
what I've heard, that generally they won't let you, or they don't want you on the show if you're winning. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard guys say,
right.
"Hey, if I want to race, like, it's not going to be on TV." So you're put into a weird spot there. Like, they really care that much about it that fucking they can't see somebody lose on TV.
Hmm. Yeah, I've heard a lot of rumors about that, and it's pretty well true, I think.
I'm not gonna come right out and say it, but that shit's true right there. You heard it here first, guys. We've
Right,
got it confirmed.
you heard it.
But man, that's awesome. I'm excited because I think that number one, seeing these trucks is just making everybody happy. You know, where can people see the truck? Are you planning on traveling in 2019? What kind of races do you have lined up where you want to go?
It's real hard. It's with my work schedule. It's really hard for me to travel too far. I am going to try to make the Rocky Mountain Race Week this
Right.
year, and do it's kind of like the drag week thing. So
Yeah.
I'm going to try to do that in Colorado. It's in June. So that'll be pretty interesting. Me and my dad will be going to do that. So it'll be I think it'll be a good time. I think the truck's ready for it. I think it's all together and it's 100%. So I think we'll be in good shape on that race.
And I think that you'll be, I don't know what the classes are, but I think that you'll be real competitive in that as well.
Yeah, the thing that hurts me the most, I guess, is my truck's only rated for 850. My cert's only 850 on my cage, so I'm limited to
Right.
that. It sucks because once you go fast, you don't want to slow down.
Yeah.
But I'll have to keep it at that. I think I'm going to do the I think it's the limited street, I think, and it's an 850 race,
Right.
so 850 and slower.
Well,
so.
that would be a dope one. I know this year I was excited as hell because it's, I don't know if it's the first year, but it's the first year since I've been paying attention that drag week is all on the East Coast. It's like, I'm in Delaware and it's like Maryland, Virginia, Jersey, you know what I mean? Like, that's that right there. So I'm excited because if nothing else, I think I'll at least be able to get out to film it, which is going to be dope. So Brian, get your shit together. Right. I'm riding shotgun. I think he's in here.
Yep. That's in September, right? The drag.
I don't know because it's. I've been looking I've been trying to stay on top of it because I know when tickets go on sale, they'll sell out. But I haven't seen anything.
I'm pretty sure it's in. I'm pretty sure it's in around the middle of September, like the 15th or something.
Which would be dope because that would be a good time of year too.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make that one, but that's a long ways from here. We'll see how the Rocky Mountain goes, and if it goes pretty good, we may try to get to the drag week also.
Well, look, I'll tell you guys this. Anybody traveling, any of my Oklahoma friends, anybody else, I live in Delaware, which is literally like dead center of all of these tracks. You guys are more than welcome to pile up air mattresses in my living room, or if you need a tool or something and don't got it, slide over to the house, whatever. We'll make sure you guys get taken care of if you come out here.
I may be headed to Delaware in a few weeks.
What are you doing?
Actually. Well, I've been looking at the S10 Life.
Oh, so, I was just about to ask you about some S10 stuff. So what's in Delaware?
Yeah, I keep getting, I get mean mugged every time I go out and I talk about an S10 or something, because I know everyone's saying that they're the next Fox body, but they're just so much lighter, and everyone, everyone argues about it, but, I'm still going to keep my full size, but I really would like to build an S10. So I found one in Delaware that I really like. I'm still working out the details.
I wonder if it's in Delaware. I probably know who the fuck it is. So what's going to happen is I'm gonna slide in your DMs real quick, so that way when you come to Delaware, we can grab a beer or whatever. I'm just kidding. I don't drink, but right. It's cool. I'll sit at the bar. Fuck. Now you got me like. Because I know that there's a couple for sale. Is it like...
Yeah. Didn't I send you a picture of it?
Is that the one in Delaware?
Yeah. But it's kind of pictures that you can't really tell what it is.
Right, because like there's one that I know that's been for sale for a while. It's not...
I don't want to get the word out, because somebody will snatch it out from under
me. No. I'm looking at it now. I'm trying to see where that's at. I'll have to hit up my boys because now I'm interested. I don't give a shit, but like the thing is if it's a local guy, you know what I mean? I can be like, yo, like offer him this. I know that motherfucker.
That's my only concern is it's so far, and without seeing it, it's a long ways to drive just to put your eyes on it. So, I want to be able to see it before I make a decision.
The big thing there is what you do is you got the guy in Delaware that you call and say, hey, run out there.
Correct.
I want all the pictures, camera, whatever it is we got to do. And then that way, because that's the shit that could save you a flight. And the flip side is it would suck to come all the way out here or bring the truck and trailer, however the hell you would get out here, and to look at it to figure out, well, fuck, I just wasted a bunch of gas money.
Yeah. It will be. It is a 25.5 deal, that one there, and if I build an S10, it'll be a 25.5.
Right.
I'll build it for True Street.
And you're gonna go wicked fucking fast in it.
I'll probably pull all the stuff out of my full size and put in it.
So it'll be another LS turbo. I dig it.
Yeah.
Man, it's been bugging me because so so you know, like, you got on camera and you look familiar as shit. Like, I've seen you before somewhere, and I can't put my finger on it, and it's been bugging the shit out of me. I got my big cup too, so maybe that's part of it.
Yeah.
Might be part of the issue. Well, look, bud, it is about time. It is about the hour that we have allotted for me to sit in front of a camera and talk to friends. Um, Texas 2K19, are you doing that?
I don't think so. No, I don't think my work's going to allow me to get down there to it.
Gotcha. Well, look.
Armageddon, I always do Armageddon every
Right.
year, which is here in Oklahoma City.
Well, what we're going to do is, since it's about that time for us to wrap this deal on up, 2019, what's your plans? What do you want to accomplish this year?
Like we talked about earlier, I want to do the Rocky Mountain Race Week. I want to run a 4. I'm going to get in a 4. I'm going to run a 4 sometime, hopefully early this year, and I'm going to run a 7 1/4.
That's the big ones.
A 7 something. I think my truck's capable of 780s, probably, without even pushing it too hard. I think it's capable of that. So that's kind of my goal. I want to get to Truck Wars at some point, but I don't know if this year is going to allow me. So at some point, I want to get out to Truck Wars out in Georgia.
Well, and that's the thing too, is a lot of folks don't understand. Like, we are real people. We have real jobs. I applied at your job. I told you the deal. I need 6 months, and then my welds will look perfect. We'll be good to go. But with that being said, one thing that I wanted to ask you about, and I didn't get a chance to, and I guess this would be a good time, is there anybody that you want to thank? Anybody that's helped you out, sponsors, folks, who's important to you that's helped in the race program?
Yeah, definitely. My dad, I always got to give credit to my dad. He's always there for me, no matter what it is, whether it's working on the truck or at the track. So he's always there for me. I got to give a shout out to my Justin, Mr. Race Car. He's my engine builder at X-Power Racing Engines.
Gotcha.
He's the one that does the magic with the motor and makes it stay together. So Booker Transmissions came on this year, or in 18. Got me going on my transmission. I had a lot of transmission problems in 18. It's been flawless since then. We just tore the transmission down. It's still good after all that beating we give it. So that's awesome. Doug at Motion Raceworks, he's always there for me. He hooked me up with my turbos. Really stands out a lot, and a lot of my truck's pretty much a walking catalog of his stores.
Gotcha.
So, there's a lot of parts on there from him.
Just curious. I think I already know the answer, but what Holly EFI?
I am running Holly Dominator.
Yeah, figured.
Yeah.
Seems to be a recurring theme there with people who make power, LS engines, blah blah blah.
Yeah. And I did run. I ran MS3 for a while, and we just couldn't make it work. The truck wouldn't work. Nothing worked. We got rid of it about halfway through this year, and
gotcha.
Went to Holly, so it's been turned around ever since for sure.
Well,
I want to give a shout out to Wes up at Show Me Speed in Missouri. I'm actually not sure if I'm supposed to say it, but I guess you heard it here. I'm gonna join the Show Me Speed racing team this year. So
hot damn, we got another one fresh off the press announcement.
Yeah.
Show Me Speed coming 2019. How'd you get hooked up with that,
That's
bud?
right. Me and Wes, we kind of got hooked up when I was doing the rock bouncers, and it was weird because he tuned my rock bouncer a little bit, and I've been on his dyno up there with it,
Right.
And it's just crazy, 43-inch tires just on the dyno screaming at 7,000 RPMs is just wild, and we've been pretty good friends ever since then. He hooked me up with all my rear end suspension, all my rear end, the Mosier stuff. He deals the Mosier, so. He's really come along and helped me on my suspension when I really started making power finally, and he's the one that's there for me on the phone every time. I can call him and say, "Hey, dude, I just knocked the tires off," and I send him a video, and he tells me 3 things to do, and the truck runs like a rocket the next pass.
And that's
so,
dope.
Really,
I don't think people realize.
It's really cool.
Like I got a friend of mine, Junior, that he's got a Bel Air Moosey big block. He runs an 850 index, And like
Yeah.
seeing that happens, people don't understand. There's a lot of hands and a lot of folks that are tied into this, because like being at the track with him, and hey, we have a problem, and I don't know shit about a carbureted music big block. It's not my fucking lane. So, but he's on the phone
Right.
calling people, sending pictures, like, and those guys, I'm glad to hear you give some credit there, because those guys I feel like don't get enough credit
Yeah.
sometimes. Um,
And they don't. But he's always on the phone, no matter. I'll call him and say, "Hey, I'm having trouble," and he's all. I mean, he. I don't know how he does it over the phone, but he does
Yeah.
it.
Well,
So,
some people are gifted. You know what I mean? Like my
right,
answer is, have you
right.
tried shutting it off and turning it back on again? Like that's what I got for you, bud. I can't
Yeah,
tell you why you do what you do.
yeah,
So, well,
yeah.
look, bud. Thank you very much.
I mean, we've definitely went from like a 149 60 foot down to a
A
121 in just two
121 in
weekends.
that fucking truck.
Yeah,
I went a
on the back
I went a
tire.
141 and I was feeling good. I was like, yo, this
It's wild.
it fucking.
It's
I'll tell
wild.
you what, like that is one of the coolest things. I don't know what fast. Fast is relative. Fast is different to everybody, because the flip side is I had a
Right.
141 60 foot and ran a 10-second quarter mile. So what did I really do?
Mm-hmm.
Not shit. But but that feeling, like that 60 foot, it's just fucking. I love that. And to hear the
Yep.
fucking
It's fun.
121 you said, that's
Yeah.
fucking nuts in that truck. I'm still mind blown. Like I said, I'm still a kid about this shit. Like it still blows my mind that I can like boom 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 type up, pull up your truck and be like, there it is doing a giant fucking wheelie, and the thing's full size and he drives it on the street and it's got power windows. What converter?
It's got a PTC converter.
PTC.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And they hit that on the head. I got that from West too at Show Me Speed, and they got it right the first time. I've never had it back out of the truck to send it back.
Nice.
So it was awesome.
Nice. Well, I think if anybody wants the recipe, I mean, we've talked about a lot of the fucking parts. I think what people
Right.
don't realize is the rest of getting it there. But
Right.
man, I really
If they need a driver mod, let
it
me
was
know.
somebody said, I don't know if you saw the video I posted the other day. It was and like I posted it and I was like, this video is gonna be trash. Like I knew when I made it, because it was one pass it was a rotary swapped Geo Metro, and
Yeah.
like it actually got a few views. I was surprised, but that's what somebody said. Like, this bitch needs a driver mod, because that thing blew my fucking eardrums out, and then like literally it went. Brrr. I was like, are you fucking serious? All that for fucking brrr. Like, you're fucking killing me, bro. They need the driver mod.
Right.
Well, look, bud. It is now time to hop off this deal. I want to thank you very much. I want to thank all the folks out in Oklahoma, out in, I guess, the Midwest, we will call that, whatever it is you want to call it. Everybody's been great. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Make sure you get up with me after the show. We got some stuff to follow up and talk about. But for now, I'm going to let you get your final goodbye, and then I got to kick you out.
All right, man. I appreciate you letting me get on this show, and good luck. I look forward to hearing some more of them.
Awesome, bud. Well, as it turns out, we're going to go ahead and do this podcast weekly. This is now week 4. So for those of you keeping track at home, 4 weeks, 7 days apart, that's 28 days. We've been doing this for like a month now. So I am absolutely and incredibly happy with the response that we've gotten, the good things that have come from being on the podcast, and I mean good things for everybody. People have gotten, racers have gotten sponsorships, promoters have gotten information out there, folks have gotten races. Make sure everybody tags Farm Truck. Let's get Farm Truck a race with Strickly Business. I mean, they're like, I lied. I've been to Oklahoma. It is a big state, but they can't be that far away from each other. They should be able to set something up and do it. But I'm absolutely incredibly overwhelmed with all of the support, guys. Thank you very much. It means a lot. There's a lot of great stuff happening in 2019. I will tell you that. It has already been a crazy year, and we are 23 days into the year. A couple key points of information I want to give you. Make sure, listen to this one. Make sure you guys watch Street Outlaws next Monday night. That's what I'm going to say about that. Also, make sure you guys stay tuned and up to date with absolutely everybody that we share, talk to, that we got going on. Look, it is a wonderful thing that we can bring people all across the country together. It's amazing. Gives everybody a platform. Gives everybody what I like to think is a fair shake. I think I'm a pretty equal guy. I'm not one way or the other. But thank you guys for that. If there's anybody that you want to see in a future podcast, go ahead and tag them down below. I made a couple posts about this, but if you want to tag them down below, whatever it is you got to do to let me know you want to see folks on there. I've been incredibly overwhelmed with the outpouring of folks that said they wanted to be on the show, the recommendations, everything else. Man, I just can't say nothing else right now but how thankful I am for you guys and for making this thing a hit. Be sure to tell your friends about it, share it, like the page, yada, yada, yada. Y'all know the deal. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. And tonight, episode 4 is in the books. Look, I got the big gulp. I didn't even finish the whole thing today. But I do got to go to the bathroom, so it is time. Oh, side note, any of the hecklers that are still on, whatchamacallit, somebody said something about the group chat, add me to that. Yo, let me slide in that group chat. What's up? Get up in there. Hit me in the DMs.